All right. Welcome back. Jumping right back into it. Let's mine. So, as you're looking through the screens, I have to take a look at something. The Nerdminer has been, everything's working. It's hashing. I can see it on the web pool, but for some reason it feels like I'm getting $95,000 for the last couple of days, pretty dead on the button. So I have to take a look at what is up with that, because I'm sure we're not trading at the exact same number for a couple of days in a row. But I look into that, and as you're looking through the screens on everything else, I'll jump into the story of the day and we get going. For this one, we're going back to El Salvador, but we're going to tell it in a bit different way today. I've titled this one, The Country That Bought Bitcoin Instead of Holding US Dollars. In 2021, the small Central American country of El Salvador did something no nation had ever done before. It became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. At the time, most of the world thought President Nayib Bukele was crazy. The IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank warned that Bitcoin was too volatile and too risky for a national economy. But the president saw something others didn't: a way for El Salvador to escape dependence on the US dollar. For decades, El Salvador had no national currency of its own. It used the US dollar, which meant the country's economy was at the mercy of American policies. But with Bitcoin, El Salvador could finally control its own financial future. So they bought it. They bought Bitcoin. Using public funds, the government began accumulating thousands of Bitcoin, purchasing on market dips, and even announcing their buys on Twitter. They also launched a government-backed Bitcoin wallet called Chivo, giving every citizen $30 worth of Bitcoin to encourage adoption. At first, the move was controversial. Critics claimed it would bankrupt the country. But something surprising happened. Tourism skyrocketed because Bitcoiners from all over the world traveled to El Salvador to experience the first ever Bitcoin economy. Foreign investment poured in, with crypto businesses setting up headquarters in the country. Remittances became cheaper, saving millions for Salvadorians who relied on money sent from abroad. El Salvador also started a Bitcoin mining operation powered by volcanic energy, making it one of the first countries to mine Bitcoin using 100% renewable energy. Despite market ups and downs, the country continues to hold its Bitcoin reserves, waiting for long-term gains. Whether this bold experiment succeeds or fails remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: El Salvador made history, proving that Bitcoin isn't just for individuals, but also for entire nations. Wow, yeah, powerful. We could go deep into this when you start talking about the World Banks and IMF. You heard the news lately, people trying to compare Bitcoin to gold. And okay, again, not financial advice, but I heard someone say that they are comparable, and I say it's not comparable because there's a limited number of Bitcoin and gold is unlimited. Well, there's a somewhat limit resource on the earth, but we don't know what that limit is. Now, one thing that you can compare gold with Bitcoin is the fact that it's a trust commodity. So just like gold was based on trust, there's no value to it. It was based on trust for trade. Bitcoin is the same in that sense. It is something that would have to be traded based on trust. So you let me know your thoughts as always in the comments. I'm going to keep my end of the challenge up. I'll come back tomorrow with a great story. You keep your end of the challenge up. You come back tomorrow, get to listen to that great story. And until then, wherever you are, hope you have a good one.